Hello, folks. Homeless Rob here. You might notice that I'm not in my car. The ex-wife, our son is spending the night at a friend's house, and she wanted to watch scary movies tonight, but didn't want to watch them alone. And so she invited me over, and I was like, "Hell, it beats sleeping in a car." All right. Uh, the past couple days, we've been talking about tragedy and morose stuff. And I've kind of had my fill of tragedy. I've been watching the unfolding events over the past few days, and I kind of need a break, and I suspect lots of people need a break. So, being a channel that I said I was going to do a little bit about everything, but especially about being homeless, I thought, hey, what a good time to do a gear review. Today I'm going to be doing, and I might do a second one later, I'm going to be talking about this. The pocket knife I carry. I don't know the exact weight and all that, blah, blah, blah. It's several ounces. I think it's like 3.6, 3.7. But it has a 3.5-inch blade. It's made by Ganzo, which is a Chinese company. I'll admit to that. China, I normally don't like Chinese products. I know it's impossible to get away from them. They're everywhere. But they've been doing some good stuff with especially flashlights, like Nightcore is Chinese, and so is Phoenix. They make some decent flashlights. Yeah, maybe I'll make a flashlight video later. One thing I don't understand, why do the Chinese love the disco mode? Every flashlight seems to have that. I don't know. But from what I've heard, companies like Ganzo and Enlon, they were making American knives. A lot of our knives are actually made in Chinese. Go figure. Like a lot of Spyderco knives are actually made in China. And the article that I read a few years ago, handful of years ago, stated that some Chinese knife makers that were making knives for American companies said, hey, why the hell don't we make knives for ourselves and sell them? Ganzo, I guess, was one of those companies. And they made a hell of a knife. I will tell you what attracted me to this knife. How long? I can't remember how long I've had this thing. Just in case you're interested, let me pull my glasses down so I can see what it says, or you can see what it says. Made by Ganzo, FB knife, Firebird knife, FH41D2 steel. Now, it's a little bit large for me, but that's all they had at the time. They eventually came out with, I believe, a smaller knife. It's only a half an inch smaller. It's still 3 inches. I personally, this is just my opinion. You do what you want. I personally think the perfect size for an everyday carry knife is 2 3/4 inches. But whatever. So I'll tell you what I liked about this knife right off the bat. I liked everything about it. I love G2 scales. I don't know why. It just feels so good in the hand. I love G2 scales. I also love the deep carry pocket clip. What I don't like about the deep carry pocket clip, I think it should have been Cerakoted. I don't like that it's so shiny. I really don't like that. The lanyard hole, I don't give a crap about because I don't put lanyards on my knives. I like the chamfering right here on the liner lock. I don't know if I can show you the inside, if it'll show up. It's not really showing up well. It's got steel inlays for support, but they're skeletonized, trying to keep the weight down. D2 steel, it's a tool steel, so this thing will rust. You can see this line here and there. I accidentally knocked it into, I was cutting a frozen pizza, well, after it was baked. And I guess I must have knocked the knife into the sink, and it rusted. It rusted pretty bad. Let me see if you can see the notches on, where is it at? Right there. See those notches? Those are rust notches. I cleaned the blade up as best I could, and those lines, that's a patina line. Because what I did was I soaked the blade in vinegar overnight, because I looked it up, and I heard that vinegar destroys rust. I never knew that before. And it left a patina line. Okay, going on. I love the shape of the blade. It's got decent enough belly. I love the flipper. It's got it. They jimped the flipper to help prevent you from riding up on it. So it's got a choil going on, and more so, perfect centering, by the way. They put it not on phosphor bronze bushings like a lot of pocket knives are. It's on ceramic ball bearings. Holy crap. And guess how much I paid for it? $25. Back then, I bought it several years out, maybe like, I want to say maybe 6-7 years ago. My previous knife was a Spyderco Delica 4, which I retired after 10 years. Maybe I'll hang on to this one and retire it after another few years. But all that for $25. I don't know what they cost now. I'm sure with inflation and such, prices are probably, I haven't checked in a while. Maybe they're static. I don't know. Look, I got it off Amazon. Look for Ganzo knives on Amazon. Look at it. It's so svelte too. It's like a gentleman's folder. Wonderful knife. I love this knife. Carries an edge like crazy, man. D2 steel, what do you expect? Yeah, if you're in the market for a decent pocket knife, I normally don't steer people towards China, but hey, the product's decent, I'm thinking I may make a flashlight video and show you what kind of a flashlight, and it's a Chinese flashlight. I may make one later. Maybe leave a comment on what kind of a pocket knife you carry. I've been carrying a pocket knife since I was 8 years old. I'm 49 now. My dad gave me my first pocket knife when I was 8. It was a Barlow knife. Carbon steel, it would rust, yeah. He handed it to me and he said, look, there's 2 things a boy needs. This was back in the 80s, remember? So times were a little bit different. He said, there's 2 things every boy needs. They need a dog, and I had a dog at the time. And he said, and then you need a pocket knife. So here. And he handed me a Barlow knife. I've been carrying a knife ever since then. 41 years of knife carrying. I have some other knives that I use for other things, but this is my main everyday. Rides in my pocket. So yeah. Maybe later I'll do a video on the flashlight that I keep. I have a bunch of flashlights, but my main flashlight. But yeah, that's about it for now. Do the whole like, subscribe, blah blah blah, bake a roast, whatever it is you like to do, and I'll smurf you later.